Okay, we have some juicy information for the next banner here, guys. Alright, I know I haven't been doing videos the past couple of days, and there's a good reason for that, but I'll save that discussion for another time. Right now, I just want to jump right into this new banner that they've announced. This one is going to be the branded King banner, and it features Kromm and Morgan Female and Morgan Male. So we're going to just jump right in. I'm going to talk about the units and their skills, so let's get right in there. Okay, first up, we're going to talk about Morgan Female. She is a blue tome unit, and she's also a flyer. This is very good, of course, because Morgan is now the very first flying mage in the game that is not seasonal. So, for all of you guys out there that couldn't summon Bunny Camilla or Bikini Corin or also Halloween Nowie, you're in good luck now because there's finally going to be a flying mage that everyone has access to. That's pretty awesome. And her weapon is also really good too. So, Blar Serpent Plus is what it's called. It's got 12 might and 2 range, and it says here, grants defense and res up 6 during combat if the foe initiates combat with a bow, dagger, magic, or staff. So basically it just has distant defense 3 built in. That's very good, and it looks like this is going to be an inheritable weapon as well. So that's actually a very solid weapon for a lot of blue tome units. I think it makes the most sense on somebody like Armor Lyn, who has really nice defenses and is a blue tome. But there's a whole bunch of other blue tome units that would make good use of this. She has Iceberg for her special attack, pretty good. She's got Mirror Stance 2, which is kind of a reflection of the one that Legendary Ephraim had. Unfortunately, I missed that banner due to unfortunate circumstances, but basically he had the one that gives attack and defense up 4 if the foe initiates on him, and this one is attack and res up 4 if the foe initiates. So Mirror Stance 2 is looking like a pretty good skill, especially with Blar Serpent. It's going to combo very nicely with that, and this Morgan is going to be a pretty nice enemy phase unit. Also, she has Guard 3 in the B slot, which is again very nice for baiting opponents and preventing them from getting special attacks. And finally, she has Attack Ploy 3. Very, very good skill, and it's just going to make her even more of a tank. So this Morgan looks like a really awesome unit, and definitely going to be a great summon for anyone that's trying to go for her, especially for those people that did not get Bikini Corin. This is going to be a really nice backup plan. She may even have better stats too, so there's a good chance that this Morgan might be an even better Blade Tome unit than Summer Corin. So all of that stuff is up in the air. We're going to have to wait for stats. And one final thing that I want to talk about with this Morgan is that her attack animation is really amazing. It just makes this really springy looking serpent guy come out. It's pretty cool. I like him. That little snake dude. Really nice animation, and I can't wait to see more of these serpent tomes come out. Alright, so our next unit on this banner is going to be Morgan Male. This guy has a legendary weapon. It's Grima's Truth, and it's a 14 might red tome. It has 2 range, and what it says here is grants defense up 3, and after combat, if unit attacked, inflicts attack and speed -5 on the target and foes within 2 spaces, and it's also going to grant attack and speed up 5 to unit and allies in 2 spaces. That is a pretty sick debuff right there, guys. First of all, you're giving them -5 attack and speed, and you're giving your whole team attack and speed +5 if they're in 2 spaces of him. That's going to be really sick, man. It's going to make it very hard for them to get double attacks on you, and you're just going to wreck them really bad with this. If he's fast enough, then I could totally see Wind Sweep and Water Sweep being pretty effective with this weapon as well. So all that stuff is good for consideration. It's pretty comparable to Soth's weapon, so if you were using Soth before and you have experience with the debuff on his dagger, this is very similar to that, and it's going to be a very good effect. He has Dragon Fang for his special attack. Not too bad. Now, his brand new B-slot passive here is Dull Range 3. If the foe uses a bow, dagger, magic, or staff, neutralizes foes' bonuses from skills like Fortifies and Rallies during combat. Alright, so it's a debuff skill in the B-slot. I'm not really sure how this is going to come into play for most units. I feel like the chill skills, like Chill Speed, and we just got a new chill skill on this banner as well, kind of took over the B-slot passive. But we also have good ones like Desperation and Vantage and all sorts of really good B-slot passives, quick repost as well. So I'm not sure how this is going to fit in, but it seems like an okay option if you want to bait your opponents and pretty much nullify any bonuses they're going to get. And finally, he has Spur Defense and Res 2. Very good skill for scoring in the arena because it's going to have 240 SP. And just overall very good for supporting your team. So not bad, this Morgan looks pretty cool too. And the final unit on this banner is Kromm, who has a very striking resemblance to Alphonse. Actually, I thought he was Alphonse when I first saw the trailer and I saw his artwork. I was like, wait a second, is that Alphonse? I thought it kind of looked like Alphonse. But I think they were kind of nodding to that anyway, because his special attack animation, he says, "I'm being helpful." And that just makes me think of Alphonse even more. So Kromm is no longer going to be sitting on the bench with Alphonse. Not that Kromm was any bad before. He always had very good attack for an infantry sword unit. But this Kromm means business. This version of Kromm is going to be a horse unit. So he's kind of competing with units like Roy and Sigurd and all those other really good red sword horses. But this Kromm has Sealed Falchion as his weapon. It's got 16 might and it's effective against dragons. And also, if he's below full HP, he's going to get all stats +5 during combat. Now, you may be thinking, okay, well, that's even easier to get into play than beloved Zofia that evil Celica had. And you're right, it is easier to be below full health. But the bad thing about this is that it's also going to be not that useful on defensive teams. Because when you're playing an arena defense team, your units are all going to be at full HP when they attack. And your opponents are going to be smart enough to bait them with the correct unit. So they'll probably be able to finish them off in one round. So this Kromm is most definitely not going to get this ability to come into play if you're putting him on a defense team. So just keep that in mind. Also, when you're the one controlling him and you're using him for arena offense, you're not going to get that ability off on the first round of combat. So that does suck a little bit, but it's going to make up for it after he initiates once. He's pretty much going to be good to go. Now, there's another really interesting thing about this weapon. If you take a look at the effectiveness chart, it shows that it's effective against all 3 colors of Dragon Breath, but then there's also a colorless Dragon Breath now. So I'm thinking, is there going to be a colorless dragon in the future of the game or something? Because right now we don't have that, and it seems really odd that they would choose to put that on this weapon if there's never going to be a colorless dragon. So I don't really know what that means, but it's probably something that's coming up in the future. And let me know in the comment section, guys, what unit you think will be the colorless dragon that we get in the future. As far as me, I think it might be Nils, because it kind of makes the most sense for him, seeing as how he's not really a fighter. So if they make him a dragon dancer, I think that would make sense if he's the colorless one. But of course, there's also a whole lot of other options that it could be. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments what you think about that. So back to this Kromm here. He has Aether as his special attack. Really good stuff, and it's nice that he comes with that. He's got Fury 3 in the A slot, which is really going to help him activate the effect on his weapon a whole lot faster. Not that it really matters. I'm sure after he attacks somebody, he's going to take a bit of damage as well. But this does help him if he's fighting a unit that cannot counterattack him, like maybe a mage or a bow unit or something that does not have close counter. So this is going to guarantee that after he fights once, his weapon is going to give him +5 to all stats. So very good choice there. In the B slot, he has Chill Defense 3. This one is exactly like Chill Speed, except it's targeting defense, and the opponent with the highest defense is going to be the one that suffers the stat drop. So a really good skill, and like I said earlier, guys, I think these chill skills are slowly taking over the B slot. These are really optimal skills to have. And finally, this Kromm has Sword Valor 3. So everyone out there that could not summon Gray, you're going to have a second chance at Sword Valor with this Kromm. Also, because he's a horse unit, he doesn't really care what his C slot is going to be anyway. Most likely, you're just going to give him Hone Cavalry or Fortify Cavalry. So, giving us Sword Valor 3 is a really nice bonus. And that's pretty much it for the banner. I actually don't think I'm going to summon on this one, guys. I think I'm going to sit this one out. It's got some pretty cool stuff and some pretty cool units. That Kromm looks like a really nice summon, and if you don't have any flying mages, then Morgan is going to be a very welcome addition to your barracks. But from my point of view, I don't really need any of these units because I've got Sigurd and Brave Roy already for the Sword Horse unit. I've got a whole bunch of infantry red mages like Sanaki and Celica, and also Tharya. And then I've also got Summer Corins, so I don't really need this Morgan too much. But I know a lot of other people will. So whether or not you're going to want to summon on this banner is going to depend on two things. First of all, I guess if you like the banner and you like these units, then that's going to be a big factor. And also, if you need some units for these roles, then that's also a good idea. But as far as overall skill inheritance goes, I think the Fallen Heroes banner has this one beat. Because we had Chill Speed on that banner and also Bold Fighter and Vengeful Fighter. Really ridiculously good skills, and I still feel like if you're going to want to summon, you should probably still go for that banner. But of course, this banner is still a very nice addition to the game, and all three of these units are going to be coming back on future banners once this banner expires, so there's definitely no rush if you can't get them right now or if you don't want to summon right now. So that about wraps up my analysis on the banner itself, but there was one little Easter egg that they also showed off in the trailer, and if you take a look at one of the maps that they're fighting on, you'll notice that Gerome is on the map, so that means Gerome, aka Batman, is coming to the game at some point. I'm not sure when, and I'm not sure how he's going to be obtained. It seems like the theory right now is that he's going to be a Tempest Trial prize, but we'll have to wait and see about that. Of course, Gerome is one of our favorite child characters from Awakening, so having him added to the game is pretty cool, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. I just wish they could have added Cynthia on the banner too. I kind of feel like they took a cheap shot by putting Morgan Female and Morgan Male on the same banner. But I guess what can you do? They just wanted to get Morgan out of the way right now. But I do feel like having another child unit would have been a little more advantageous. Maybe Na or Cynthia would have been a better idea. But it is what it is, guys. It's still a pretty cool banner. So that about wraps it up for this one. As always, guys, this is your boy Tacho signing out. So cheers, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys again in the next one.